Clapper. Ready?
Yes. Feeling funky up. Feeling funky up. Yeah, yeah. Feeling funky up.
Nick, you look so nice.
Thank you.
I like your shirt. I wore a polo.
Yeah, I thought I'd dress
Professional.
up.
Well, we're professors.
Yes, we have to. If we talk the talk, we gotta walk the walk. Yeah, yeah. It's SlashU.
We gotta look
girl.
professional here with this boob.
SlashU girl.
Here we are at SlashU.
Girls have boobs.
They do.
Hey, I'm Nick.
And I'm Andy.
And we are SlashU.
Welcome to episode 183.
183, dude. Hey, before we get started on this road that we call a podcast, I got something I want to talk to you about.
Lay it on me, brother.
I had a dream.
All right.
So I dreamed about a ranch bottle. And so you know how ranch
dressing?
Yeah, and
Okay.
so they have like a top and then they have the bottom. You know, like so if that wore a bathing suit, would this be where the ranch boobies would be holding? This is and like the bottom.
The bottoms?
Yeah, because you know, like this almost has the same thing, and it's weird that I had a dream about.
So the ranch would show a little midriff.
Yeah, like this would be like the top.
I feel like the part of the bottle that bulges out here would be where the breast line is.
But there's no. Then you're showing. Then the bottle is showing boob.
No, and then from here is neck and head. You know, like neck and head, and this is chest, and down here roughly is waist, and then the rest is feet.
This is proving that we are videotaping because if you're just listening to this, you're like, what the hell? Go to YouTube.
Check out YouTube. We're starting to put up some video, playing around with video.
So I
it's
don't know.
fun.
I don't know why I had a dream about that, but to make a long story short, I had a dream about a ranch bottle and bikini.
Okay, that's pretty cool. There's worse things that could have been in a bikini. The Beast from Sweatshop.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
In a bikini.
Victor Crowley from Hatchet is in a bikini.
We brought up Victor Crowley's probably his taint smell before. I bet
We brought that up.
Yeah, I know we have. God,
Yeah.
I don't know why my mind goes
I think you
there.
might have said swamp water and blue cheese or something to that effect.
Man, I'm fucking smart.
You are. Yeah. You're creative. You come up with these fantastical scenarios sometimes just off the top of your head. And I envy that because I can't. I used to be able to do that kind of thing, and I don't know, my brain just got sloppy over the years.
I envy your voice. You have a very sexy voice.
What else do we like about each other?
The idea that I have for my next movie, I want to make a movie about the Edmund Fitzgerald. And if you don't know anything about it, students, you can go listen to a song that was written about the Edmund Fitzgerald, a ship that went down by Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
How come a movie has never been made about that?
Maybe there has been.
No, there hasn't. I looked it up.
looked?
There's like a 58-minute documentary. And
I was going to say, it's got to be a doc.
yeah, but I mean, like, I think it'd be a great story to tell.
I
It
agree.
happened in 1975. It's a period piece.
Yeah.
You could definitely bring families and emotions, and it would be great.
Yeah, you're
Every
not wrong,
time I
man.
hear that song, Andy, I cry a little bit.
It's a sad song.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Gordon Lightfoot.
right?
The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes. And I also want to say that this movie we're watching today, this movie was made for gay men and moms who think Applebee's is a healthy option.
How specific.
Yes.
Moms who think Applebee's is healthy and gay men.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This movie is from 2024, a Tubi original, 1 hour, 49 minutes.
Killer body count. Body count, of course, reference when people talk about body count, they talk about how many people have you slept with? What's your body count? That's the current slang.
But also,
from what I know, being a hip millennial.
you are.
But they added killer in front of it.
Yes. And also, body count can refer to how many people you have killed.
It's true, yeah.
So there's a lot of references we're going to hear. I mean, I watched it the second time, and I mean, I was like, oh my God. I mean, there's a lot of, it's teenager.
Yep.
It's
Pretty
not as
handy.
bad as like American Pie, where like, you know, like he's fucking a pie, or
No.
they're, you know, making a girl not consensual broadcast her body all over,
Right,
you know,
right.
school.
It's not that bad, but there's a lot of heavy-handed messages.
But it does bring me to this, Andy. Would you rather have a tongue too big for your mouth or taste buds only in your butt?
Too big, like my tongue would just always hang out because it's too big.
Yeah.
It's too big for my mouth.
Or your taste buds are only in your butt. So if you really wanted to taste, like, I mean, like if you're just eating a salad, you don't need to stick it up your butt. But like if you wanted like let's say, what's your favorite food? Like pizza.
I would always taste the poop that I poop out.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'd rather have the too big tongue.
Yeah,
God. Because can I just have corrective surgery to fix it?
You don't know if poop tastes bad. Have you ever eaten poop?
No.
Then how do you know it tastes bad?
You're right. I just know. I just call it an instinct because it smells bad.
Just because it smells bad, hey, so does cheese, brother. Ooh, Nick is right.
God
Nick is
damn.
smart. Nick is bringing it today.
The logic. I can't argue with this logic. He's right.
All right. Hey, I could go on for days, but I really want to bring in this movie because we got sex, teen sex, dude butt, religion. It's going to be great. So why don't we go ahead and get into Andy's Cliffkill Notes. Brought to you by Sexy Hand Soap.
Ooh.
What makes it sexy? It's not soap. It's really lube. And now...
Thanks, Diddy.
Andy's Cliffkill Notes.
All right. The Cliffkill Notes. A brief summary of the movie so you can follow along. This one's obviously on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. Tubi, bringing it with the originals. Not bad. This one directed by Danishka Esterhazy.
Want to interrupt real quick? She also directed the remake of Slumber Party Massacre.
Okay. Is it Danishka?
Yeah, go with that.
Danishka Esterhazy. Good job. Cami, as a normal teenage girl discovering her sexuality. Unfortunately, after her mother's death, her father was not properly prepared to deal with a teenage girl discovering her sexuality. He had turned to the church for comfort in his wife's passing, but it skewed his opinions too much. And as a result, he perceives his daughter as a sex-crazed sinner who must be saved. So he ships her off to a religious re-education camp designed to cure her of her sinful sexual ways. However, there's a killer stalking the camp dressed as the devil, go figure. Cami and the other campers have to shift their focus from saving their souls to just saving their lives.
Ooh, oh God, can I please take my pants off?
That's a good one, huh?
That was a good one, man.
Yeah.
We're on fire today. Something's gonna happen where I hope this one doesn't tank.
Me too.
This one's fucking good. I mean,
saving their souls to save their lives.
And this has it all. And I
just about
want to go ahead and say they, in fact, one of our actresses was also in the movie. Who we'll get to, one of the counselors, Tawny.
Uh-huh.
She was one of the girls in Summer Party Rat Massacre, the remake.
Gotcha.
This really does hit some religious tones.
Oh my!
And a lot of
they hit it though from a couple angles. We'll get to it, but
yeah. But one thing I don't want to sound is like I feel like because it's teenager, and we've had that before throughout the 80s and 90s where it could be a teenage movie, but you still see pubes.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like they showed a lot of great dude butt, some very handsome dude butt, but no girl butt.
Nope. No female nudity.
I'm not saying any nudity, but I feel like slashers, and everybody knows the component. I think it's a formula that works. Even the second story of Murder Cabin, it's all boobs.
Well, I think it was a creative choice, obviously. They just maybe wanted to... It's always different for the boys, which they said multiple times in this movie.
So it starts off, and I love the tie-in from this movie, how we get from beginning to end.
Full circle?
How it comes full circle.
I caught that on the second watch.
Oh, I got it first watch.
Yeah. It's because first watch I probably looked away right near the end of the movie and didn't make the connection until second watch. But we'll get there.
Yes.
Stay with us.
We're gonna get there.
We're going to spoil this whole thing. Do we say that every week? I don't know.
I think so. Sometimes we forget.
We spoil the whole movie.
It's really the teenagers having sex in the woods. I'm not really worried about their names, but they're getting at it.
His name's Kevin. That's all I gathered.
Kevin is able to finish. He's able to
tent, yeah.
He's able to come to completion.
Yep.
But she is not. She is not satisfied. But the guy is. Anyway, it's that classic 80s vibe, in the tent.
He rolls over and she's like, is it supposed to feel like that? And of course he's like, you mean awesome?
Yeah.
No, she's just not impressed. She's like, everyone talks about their first time as this amazing thing. There's no hellfire. There's no God getting angry at us. I'm just not sure what the big deal is about it.
Yeah.
So she obviously didn't.
Yeah, this is like where at first I'm sitting there going, But the second foreshadowing moment that I got, and this really did help second watch, was when she said, hey, did you set up this tent? And he's like, no, Todd did it last week when we all got here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well, they're obviously not camping because this is obviously something. But I did know about the movie.
I knew the summary of the movie is it takes place at like a re-education camp.
Yeah.
So,
but back in the tent, we realized that there's somewhere where they have to. I mean, I kind of feel like they're at a place where they have to do some work so they can get out.
Yeah.
But suddenly,
there's like a noise, and I don't know. She just goes outside, looks around. It's a little creepy. She does tell him, like, you're a nice guy and all, and if we were anywhere else but here, I might pursue things with you.
That makes me think. That's right there. You're like, where are they?
Yeah, but since we're here, I just kind of want to do what I need to do here and go home. And suddenly a big metal rod comes out of nowhere and stabs the guy in the hand, pins his hand to the ground, and someone enters the tent and starts stabbing him.
Brutally murdering him.
Brutally. And
she's
runs out the other side.
Yeah, she's able to kind of get off and run away. And this is what's really cool. The figure wearing a devil mask, as Andy pointed out, chases our girl.
Yeah, we don't know her name.
Yeah, but when he gets on top of her, before he can stab her, we get the title card.
You think she's been stabbed.
I mean, right away, I'm like, she's dead.
Yeah, me too. I had her on the kill count.
Andy, wink, wink.
Yeah.
I hope no one knows what that means.
Title card, killer body count. Here we go.
Yeah, and so we cut to the Holy Spirit Catholic Church.
Sometime later.
Yeah, people are receiving the blood of Christ.
The communion.
The communion, if you will. Thank you. I did not know what that word is.
Yeah.
We meet Cami, who Andy mentioned in his wonderful Cliff Kill notes, and she's waiting her turn to get some bread. Right away, we find out that's her boyfriend who is sitting in the pews not participating, and he does that classic...
Splits his finger in an obscene gesture to do in church.
Yeah, this is going to be some good fodder for YouTube.
And then the other thing, Cami just turns and gives him a big old middle finger.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of church. And not a quick one. She holds it. She's in line to get communion. There's people singing in the choir. There's other people in line in front of her. And there's other people in the pews. And it's just crazy how she's we get the everybody sees her giving the finger, including her father and the priest.
I'm gonna raise my hand here, Andy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because we do spoil shit. Her dad is a fucking cock smack.
He sucks.
For those that you know what a cock smack is, it's when you take your cock and smack it on someone's face.
So why would she? I just had my question in my notes.
Go ahead.
Why would she give such a huge middle finger like that and leave it? Do you have to let it linger, as the Cranberries would say?
Oh yes.
You know,
it's a very very popular song. For effect.
Yeah, I mean, it serves the plot because she gets caught and she has to help clean up after church.
Yeah, she's sent to the basement to, I guess, like Andy said, where she's punished to do work. And what I get of Cami is that she knows the church. She knows she's pretty headstrong. But that guy who was doing that cunnilingus, motion, thank you.
You ever get his name?
No, but I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
He's her boyfriend.
Yeah, he comes up behind her. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, even a playful, like, she didn't look playful. I thought they hate each other, but then they meet up in the basement, so where they can get it on.
He smacks her in the butt, and they have a little dialogue about how Father Tim never punishes the boys, which. There's a joke to be made there about the Catholic Church. But,
yes. I think everyone knows what that joke is.
In any case, they start to make out because he says, like, well, Father Tim found us a new place to make out. And Cami wants to get hers before he gets his.
She's never had the big...
Right. And isn't it funny in this movie, nobody can say it?
Yeah,
they can't say, like, I've never had an orgasm.
It's not a bad word.
They're just uncomfortable saying it in this movie.
Yeah, it's like it's saying, I don't know, like I've never tickled my bean or I've never, choked my chicken.
She offers, how about if I touch myself when you watch and we can finish together? And he says, my mom says ringing the devil's doorbell is a guaranteed ticket to hell.
So he doesn't mess.
If he didn't want you to come in, why'd he put one there?
Is he talking about the
masturbation?
Yeah.
Or
diggling the clitoris?
I think that's doorbell. I think that's what he's talking about.
Why would his mom tell him that? We're gonna go a little. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't want to stop with these questions. I really hope this is one that the students, even if you hit pause now, go watch it.
Yeah.
Come back.
Well, they sit across from each other. It is kind of sexy.
It is sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Masturbating with someone is hot.
She's just getting started, sort of touching her body, and he goes right in and grabs himself, as any boy probably would of that age, and he's done pretty fast.
Pretty fast. Doesn't seriously wait around too long, but unfortunately, Andy, the whole episode is interrupted because a janitor is downstairs and catches them.
He saw them, and we smash cut to Father Tim's office where Cami's in big trouble. Her father's there as well.
Yeah, this is big trouble. Obviously, there's no mother in the picture, figuratively and literally. And because of her wicked ways, they too decide to send her off to an anti-sex camp for teens.
Some kind of rehab center. That
a religious rehab.
Yeah, Father Tim recommends it.
Father Tim.
This was super sad because while Father Tim was talking about this place and her dad was asking some questions, how long will she be here? The camera's on Cami and she's crying.
Yeah.
You know, because honestly, she lost her mom. She obviously isn't connecting with her dad. She just wants her dad to talk to her.
Exactly.
You know, it's very sad. And you felt a little bad for dad, only to the extent that it must be hard to connect with a teenage girl, especially one who's lost the mother. He's also grieving himself, but this is not the way, man.
Yeah, especially under false ideologies that the church would probably present to you, who would prey on someone like the father.
He must have just gotten lost in all that.
We're getting deep now.
Too deep. But he...
But you're right though. But Kimmy is pissed. I mean, she's sad and pissed. But she feels like she's being thrown away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our next scene is them driving to the camp. She's looking through her phone at pictures of her mom.
First watch, I thought the pictures of were the girl from the very first scene.
It's not.
No, until like Jody told me later. She's like, no, dude, that was her mom. I was like, well, they made the mom look really young in the pic, so I just thought it was one of her friends. But
we do learn later that Cami's mom took her own life.
Yes.
So might as well just say it now. That's why she's not in the picture. Cami's mom killed herself. Father turned to the church for comfort, and it's all gone awry from there.
Awry. All gone sourdough.
Sourdough. I want to use that.
Real quick, I want to know, as they're pulling into the treatment center, I want to point out real quick, you know, the plates say California, yada, yada, yada. Right away, I noticed a thunderstorm cloud, and I was like, this is, and then it does thunderstorm in the movie. I'm like, this is not Southern California, because that's where they say the camp is. Actually filmed, for those of you who are curious, Cape Town, South Africa.
This was filmed in South Africa?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You're not lying to me?
No fake fact news. I haven't done that
crazy.
in a while. Yeah, but it was definitely because I know I sound like a weather nerd, but I was like, there's no thunderstorms, and I mean there are rain, but yeah. So
well, they arrive. We meet Tawny and Eugene. They are the brother and sister who run the camp.
Overzealous brother and sister who runs the camp.
I said they're way too cheerful and way too holy because they pray right there by the car. You know?
Right away, you know something's up with them.
Like, whoa, these people are extra creepy.
Yeah, right away you know something's up. But they tour the campgrounds. They learn, we learn, that Tawny and Eugene grew up there.
Yeah,
it's been in their family for generations. Is this important, Andy? Like they tell him, he's about to say, and then something happened, and
some kids.
Yeah, and then she's like, got sick because of some zebra mussels.
Zebra mussels in the water.
Zebra mussels.
Zebra mussels. That's a invasive species shellfish type thing. Clam.
Yeah, I get it.
Oyster.
Thanks, man.
Zebra mussels.
Thanks for clam-splaining.
Yeah. They're not like the deltoids of a zebra on the savannah. The abs of a zebra. Zebra mussels. Right?
The abs of a zebra. That sounds like another yacht rock song. I knew I was coming home when I saw
We're already going to go long enough.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
They tour the area, which is used for the grotto, which is used for a Christian style of yoga or Jehovah.
Jehovah. I like that.
And the camp motto is on the neon light sign, Nick.
Yep. Breathe.
Breathe, worship, commit. But breathe is spelled wrong.
It's spelled like breath.
It's missing the E at the end. And Cami points it out. No, it says breath. And there's an awkward silence because Eugene designed the sign.
I know. I was like, well, that come back. The sign comes back later.
But
later. But I'm just like, this is such an interesting.
Yep.
Because Eugene, she tried
really
to show
proud of it.
Yeah, he's very proud of it. So is his sister. And right away, I knew. I thought for the first second they weren't brother and sister.
Yeah,
but
they are.
They have a very structured schedule.
Yep.
Boys are on this cabin, but they are separated only during certain times of the week when they're able to have a talk session, if you will. But the boys are known to scourge. What was the word I'm looking for? scourge for food. You know, like
the boys go gather the ingredients,
gather the food, and the girls cook it.
and the girls cook it.
Hell, you know, like.
Which is what happened. I think it was last week in whatever movie we covered last week. Fucking. Oh, I know what you did last summer. It was that, or no, it wasn't
Cannibal
Bloody.
Corpse. Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, it was Cannibal Campout.
Cannibal Campout.
Yeah, where the one guy
Corpse
was just like, the men hunt and the women gather and cook.
Yeah. God, these camp movies. I mean, are we really getting some? There's misogyny alive in these.
Cannibal Campout was from the 80s.
I know.
I could see where.
Of course.
That's the way people thought back then, unfortunately. And this is 2024.
I know, you're a good. So. That's a good call.
Grow up, guys.
I love the joke, but so about. This is all about controlling temptation. That is like for the boys and the girls, teenage boys. But here comes the Jesus hottie. And this is about a 5-minute scene of slow motion walking. And this is where we meet Daniel.
It's the classic Daniel's walking in. He's super sexy. And the music slows down. And we go to Cami's face where she's like she does everything except start drooling.
Yes.
Well, he's a snack, you know. He's a good-looking dude.
I didn't think. I mean, I'm very comfortable saying like, you know, good-looking homies.
Totally thought later in the movie they were just going to reveal that he's gay. You know.
Yeah, or I thought
that was going to come out.
Or I thought he was banging Tawny. Like there were so many different things that I was looking at. So it really did make the movie was kind of it kept me moving in that sense. But we also learn that when you do enter the girls' chambers, the husband or father can't enter. If you're not a husband or father, you can't enter.
Right.
So Eugene has to stop.
Excuses
but
himself.
Her dad's able to go. But I'm like, there are other girls there though. But
I guess not at that time.
Not at that time, but also not in a room.
Mm-hmm.
We find out her roommate is Wyatt, but this is where also things get hinky, Andy. We learn that she has to get rid of her phone, and that's unfortunate.
Super unfortunate. Because she says to her dad, like, this is my phone. I bought it, and it's got all the pictures of mom on it. I don't want to give this up. And her dad's like, no, you need to hand over your phone. Where we get sort of a confrontation where, you're advertising your...
I threw you off tonight.
In my notes, one last face-off with her dad and his inability to just talk to her.
Yeah, Dad dips out of the movie for pretty much the rest of the movie.
She kind of tells him off, like, you've already done your duty. You're going to leave me here. So the best thing you can do right now is just go, which is all right.
Yeah, and that's kind of what now our story is settling. We've got, our boy group sex addicts and our girl group sex addicts. She's all alone now, and she's in the bathroom, kind of having a moment to herself, but there's a peephole to the girl's bathroom, and that's
she's having a cry.
I know, but I mean, usually that hole where the guys are looking in would be able to see naked girls. Very Porky's
like
stuff.
Porky's, yeah.
Yeah, which we have a Porky's moment in this movie.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know Porky's, just Google it. It's a movie from the 80s.
Not the animated pig.
Yes.
From Looney Tunes.
Or Not Any Barbecue.
Right.
Another high school movie about, just a bunch of boobs in that movie.
Right.
Anyway, the dudes are watching, except Daniel. He seems to be kind of a good guy, but this is where we meet our three other horn dogs.
Yeah.
Chris, Toby, and Rob.
Chris is looking through the pipe in the bathroom and says, it's usually not this sad. And, and Toby, it's so cool. Toby goes, I wonder if she's the final girl.
Yes.
And you're all like, I know what final girl means. This is a slasher movie. But they're like, what do you mean final girl? The last one to arrive.
Yes.
That's what he meant.
Because we know that we're going to have a small group.
Yep.
Because then Chris also brings up, I want to up my body count.
Oh, drink. Killer body count. Yeah. And Dan's just like, oh, come on, guys. We should be nice. He's like, what? You banged 30 chicks in your life.
And he says, no, actually 29 and a half. And before he can tell the story, he's interrupted by Eugene, but he's like, what do you mean by a half? He's like, I never told you about the shark attack, Vic.
And Eugene walks out in the background, and they're like, oh, shit, and they all run off. And Eugene's popping marshmallows. Eugene has a big bag of marshmallows he's
not
eating,
just eating
looking off in the distance.
But he's like gouging himself.
Yeah, it's just gourd. Yeah.
But that shark attack victim made me die. I laughed the first time watching. Did I ever tell you guys about the shark attack victim?
So she was, her legs were bitten off. Anyway, they take off running. A little later, there's a group session with all the girls. This is where we meet the other girls.
Yeah, we meet the other girls. We have
Bree, Mia, Allie, Wyatt, and Cami.
Yeah, but Wyatt's not there yet.
Right.
But this is the girls' session with the Lord, with Tawny. She actually is the one who drags in Wyatt. She's like a rebellious girl who might seem to have an attraction towards other women.
Oh, yeah. Wyatt's got long braids and showing midriff, so she's the stereotype that religious people will probably be like, she's definitely a sinner. You know, sit her down.
She's got to go to the thing, and this is Tani reads from the Bible, all scriptures that are geared towards how the Lord doesn't like women giving away their bodies.
Cami challenges Tawny's reading because Cami has also spent a lot of time reading the Bible and points out there's contradictions. Oh, it's the same book that tells people that eating your children's okay. Yeah. You know, I believe there's a great scene I saw from The West Wing. Remember that show?
Yes.
Where this religious reporter asks Martin Sheen, he's the president, some questions about scripture. I think it's specifically about gay marriage, and she cites a verse, and he cites like 2 or 3 other verses. We're like, so if my wife doesn't make dinner, I can stone her to death because that's in Leviticus, blah, blah, blah. So rightly so, Cami's like, there's a lot of stuff in that book that we don't follow today. So why should we follow some of it and not other parts?
Yeah, because it's they make it what they want it to mean. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like taking a coloring book and making it say whatever you want it to say.
Yeah, cherry picking.
That's a unicorn. No, it's not. It's a tree. Mm-hmm. You know, you make it whatever you want it to be. That's a whole nother subject.
Tawny addresses the group calling them the whores of Babylon.
Yes.
That sucks.
And she Tawny really gets disappointed in all the girls, so she said, you know what? You're off to the chapel to pray.
Yep.
And this is where the girls turn their discussion to the camp.
Yeah.
That's the first time we hear that maybe Eugene and Tawny are fucking. And you're like, obviously not. They're brother and sister.
I heard they're fucking, and Bree says, well, Leviticus, the book of the Bible, says that's not okay, and Cami says, well, in Genesis it is. So more contradictions.
You could bang your brother or sister?
Well, think about it. Adam and Eve were the first 2 humans, and if they had kids, who would those kids end up having sex? You know what I mean? It just genetically doesn't make any sense, but I'm sure there's people who can explain it who are smarter than me.
I'm really respectful of time, but just curious.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think that there are people out there that are like, ooh, banging your brother and sister gross, but their brother and sister that probably really have banged?
I'm sure that's happened. Yeah.
I know first cousin. I know personally a lot of people that have banged their first cousins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know a lot?
Yeah, I've met it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it.
You want to drop names here on the famous SlashU podcast?
Yeah. All 4 students. No, but I mean, I would say a handful. A lot probably was the word, but I've known a lot. I've met people throughout my life like,
so these are people who have a grandparents in common, and they've hooked up.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, hey, as you're banging them, how's your dad, and my uncle doing?
Did they know their first cousins?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to get it. That's an onion that I don't want to peel right now. In any case.
Yeah, but they also, Andy, turned the discussion to a ghost story. Allie, I think, is the one it brings up, right?
Talks about the bloodbath that happened here 20 years ago in 2004, before any of us were born. She's very specific to point that out.
Yes.
A 17-year-old priest in training went off the deep end.
There you go.
Killed all the other kids, the priests, the nuns, everyone, because he thought they were all fornicating. Father Luke was last. Father Luke, of course, was Tawny and Eugene's uncle. And Tawny and Eugene were just kids, and they hid from it. They saw their uncle ripped from chin to groin by a holy dagger blessed by the Pope, as the legend has it. This kid realized what he'd done. He ran off into the woods. He looked like the devil had taken over him. The cops closed the camp. They could never find the murderous teenage priest. The church covered it all up. And Tawny and Eugene saw it, but they're okay now, apparently.
So they start kind of rationalizing like what happened. They're like, it could have been Eugene, and
so you're telling me this kid's just survived in the woods, waiting for this camp to reopen?
He's in his late 30s. He probably can't move fast. I'm like,
that's what Cami's.
Cami's like,
he doesn't have the energy.
He's in late 30s. So anybody listening to this in your late 30s, Cami and those teen girls think you're weak.
Old. Yeah.
God, no.
What does that make us?
Grandparents.
Exactly. Well, suddenly Eugene busts in.
It's boy prayer time.
Yeah. Can you guys hit the road? It's time for the boys to pray.
Wyatt and Cami have a moment together, and this is where we learn that Wyatt was shipped off there because her grandma didn't like her messing around with other women. Kind of found out that, and of course, that embarrassed grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought the only way to do any good for Wyatt was to send her to this camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then they bring up Daniel.
Cami
starts bringing the boys.
What do you think of Daniel? He's pretty cute. And he looks like Jesus if he drank kombucha.
That's a good line.
That's a good line.
That's a good line.
But it doesn't look anything like that. Jesus, if there's a real historical Jesus, was Middle Eastern. There's no way he looks like a white kid.
It's crazy how we make him like super white and like long hair and beard and just it's people who challenge religion. They do whatever they can to silence them. That's probably what they get out of.
That's what Cami.
It's like and Cami's up for breaking some rules. Andy, I think she's got a bondship now with Wyatt, so she's like, let's break some rules, motherfucker.
She wants to get her phone.
Yeah.
So they sneak out of the dorm. First, they search some office where they can't find it, but they're like, let's leave the building. Let's go see if we can find these phones somewhere else. And Wyatt's like, we can't. They lock the dorms at night. They lock us in, which seems like a fire hazard. Speaking from an insurance standpoint, if there was a fire and those kids can't escape the building, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. They can't lock because they say at the beginning, that there's no and the boys and girls can't interact at night because we lock them in.
We lock them in. Like, wow, it's really dangerous. Hopefully the windows are easily accessible. In any case, Cami, before she left prayer time, did you see, Nick? She popped some gum in her mouth.
So it can't latch. Smart.
So what she did was she plugged the deadbolt with her gum, and now they're able to sneak out into the night. And they go to Eugene and Tawny's cabin.
And they look inside the window, Andy, and they see Tawny getting banged.
Someone's under the covers.
And she is receiving pleasures from a partner.
Yeah.
We
don't know who it is.
We don't know who it is.
It can't be Eugene, though, right?
No.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. That's why I don't think they're brother and sister. That's why
Sure.
in the beginning I don't know, but
that'd be gross.
But that's where also I was like, could it be Daniel?
Oh yeah, one of the boys.
Daniel could be pleasuring Tawny, but they make some sound. Tawny gets out to come check what was that noise. What was that noise? And so the girls run off and they head out into the woods, where they run into Mia
and Rob.
Rob is one of the boys, obviously we mentioned earlier, and they are going at it. And it's a very reminiscent scene, isn't it, Andy?
It looks just like the beginning of the movie. Rob's on top, and he finishes, and he rolls off to a totally unimpressed Mia. Is laying there like, that was it, huh? Yeah. And meanwhile, Cami and Wyatt are off over by a tree just kind of watching because they're fascinated. I think at one point Cami accidentally puts her hand on the ground on top of Wyatt's hand. There's a little tension there. Woo-hoo. Wyatt gets kind of freaked out and she runs off. She leaves. But when Rob finishes and rolls off, Allie's like, I'm going to go to the shower and finish myself off. Yeah. And Rob's totally confused, like, oh, man. And so she walks away. Remember? And Rob's just kind of like naked.
Butt naked.
You see his butt.
Yeah.
He's a V-shaped man, very broad-shouldered. It's shaped like an apple, whereas I'm shaped like a pear.
Aww.
But
pears are delicious, too.
You see his butt, and he's, of course, like, talking to himself, like, it's okay that she's disappointed. I'll be okay, and he's kind of
reassure himself.
Yeah, down on himself.
And this is when a figure wearing a devil mask and a black robe appears, and he right away, the typical trope. Hey, best friend, is that you?
Yeah, Chris, is that you?
That's how funny. So he's able to walk all the way up to him with Rob going, "Hey, man,
you're harshing my post-fuck high."
Good call.
Yeah.
Right away, slash right down the middle
from chin to groin.
Very much like the original kill from the story.
Well, Rob was holding his genitalia, to not show it. And you're right, this big vertical slash down and his guts just spill out.
Yeah.
Of course, Cami witnesses all this and she screams.
Yeah, definitely goes nuts. And so she, of course, runs back to her dorm.
With the devil chasing her.
With her devil chasing her, she's able to close the door and lock it out as, we get a quick knock on the door, like bang, 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 bang from the killer. Mm-hmm. This is when Allie approaches her.
And doesn't believe it. Like, what is going on? And she opens... It's Allie. And she opens the door and no one's there.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, what? And she's like, I saw me in the woods. She tries to explain. And this is for the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's her trying to explain to Eugene. It's her trying to explain to Tawny.
Yeah, Eugene comes around the corner and they punch him in the face really quick because it surprises them.
Yeah.
But, we cut to Cami sitting with Tawny and Eugene telling the story of what she saw with the other girls standing around. Because Cami tries to be like, Mia was there. Mia, fess up. But Mia won't.
Yeah, she's like, I wasn't there because obviously
I was in bed.
Yeah. And Wyatt looks at her like, please don't narc me out. So, of course, she's not going to narc out her Wyatt. So she's like, yeah. So she doesn't narc. She doesn't have a leg to stand on now. Because Mia's denied it and she's not going to narc out Wyatt. So she's like, I swear. So they actually go out there.
You even see Mia mouth, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To Cami. because no one wants to get in
No
trouble.
one wants to get in trouble because the punishments are harsh there at this no sex camp. And when they go out to the woods to look for
Where it happened,
nothing goes there.
Of course, there's no evidence. The dude's guts all spilled out of his body.
Blood everywhere.
There would be evidence.
There would be tons of evidence.
Unless it all somehow landed magically on a tarp that he was able to bunch up
like
and
a
carry
Dexter
away.
motherfucker. Yeah, no, and I mean, you're talking about someone that was gutted.
So of
like,
course, like most movies, and like I know what you did last week with the body in the trunk and all the crabs.
Yeah.
It's cleaned up in a matter of 10 minutes.
No smell.
None.
Nothing.
So of course they don't believe Cami, and they send her back to her room.
And this is
Wyatt is there.
And this is where the mission, Andy, is to get the hell out of camp.
Yeah.
This is where when Wyatt's explaining to Cami, it's really hard to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I'll show you around, and this is where we'll discover the reason. Throughout the movie, Wyatt has a bandage on her hand, and so she's trying to tell Cami like, this is tougher than you think to get out of here.
The next morning, Wyatt's gone. Cami wakes up by herself. Wyatt's not there. She comes up to the other girls sitting around a table. By the way, like when they were getting the tour with her dad, they said like everyone's up at 6 a.m. We have them on a very strict, structured schedule, but they sure as shit seem to have a lot of leisure time right now.
Yeah,
they're just sitting around, hanging around a table, and talking.
She woke up on her own, like that alarm went off.
They're not even eating breakfast.
Yeah,
which is probably a budget thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Ouija shark. Where they let's grill out.
Let's grill out.
And they had nothing on their plates.
Plates are clean, no ketchup, no nothing. So the girls must have, I don't know, eating breakfast.
Well, Tawny and Eugene don't really seem like that. They'd probably say a lot more to the parents than what they actually do.
That's true.
So,
the girls. We do hear a little bit about Mia talking about how Rob laid her down and then went in on her as Cami walks up.
Yeah, she actually confronts right away. She's like, "Why didn't you fess up about last night?" And Mia just admits like, "Tawny scares the piss out of me."
I did like how Mia says, "I hope you're okay," and Cami goes, "I saw a guy that you fucked get murdered by a guy in a devil mask. No, I'm not okay." She's sticking to her story.
Yeah. And Allie admits right away. She's like, I made all that shit up about the devil.
Yeah.
They're just trying to calm down Cami.
But they realize, like, how come he didn't go after Mia? And Cami's like, well, Mia walked away and left. Maybe I screamed and he was going to kill you, but since I screamed, he came after me. And Mia's like, maybe he only kills people who...
Don't say the word.
Allie's like, run marathons? And Bree's like, have anaphylactic shock? Like, no. Get off. People who get off. And it's so... They can't say.
Which we have covered a movie, too, where...
Don't fuck in the woods.
Yeah, like, yes.
The monster would only kill people who had sex.
And then, or had an orgasm. Because he killed the dude masturbating. Yeah. Thank you. God, that's good.
Don't fuck in the woods, and Don't Fuck in the Woods Part 2.
Yes. I think that's real quick funny, too, that out of all the videos that we've posted, that one's got like 100 views.
Yeah,
because
that one's audio only on YouTube, and
I think it's because of the title.
It's got like 100 views.
I don't know. Anyway, the girls are like, "Hey, we need to calm down."
Yeah.
So they take her to the boys' pipe, and when I say, and I don't mean boys' penis.
Yep.
That sounded weird.
It did, but that's okay.
They have a pipe that goes into their bathroom, so they
peephole for the boys. A
peephole for the boys, and this scene is just 10 minutes of dude butt.
Yeah, it's slow motion of Cami spying on Dan as he's taking a shower.
Chris and Toby are in the shower as well.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Yep.
And it's just...
That's where I made my note about. They said they keep these kids on a structured schedule, but there seems to be a lot of free time here.
Well, after Jehovah, you have to take a shower.
Yeah.
So Dan kind of brings up to the boys, hey, do you guys ever wonder about Rob? What happened to him? They're kind of maybe just offering up that maybe he got sent home. I mean,
maybe he's cured.
Maybe he took off. But
Chris is like, can you lather up my back?
I know, like that's, and Dan's like, no. But Toby's like, I got you.
I'll do it. Toby.
I mean, I think these kids are just trisexuals. They'll try anything.
If we were at sex education camp and you needed your back lathered up,
I mean, I'm not putting down people like, hey, yeah, man, like, come on home.
There's spots in my back I can't reach, Yeah,
so, that's why I usually have a loofah brush.
Right, I could use a brush.
Yeah, but it must be nice, having someone.
Hey, bro, come over here and lather my back. Sure, bro, I got you covered.
I got you. And then before they can get into the intense lathering, very Porky's-esque, Eugene runs his face down the pipe hole and
sees them.
The girls scatter.
They run off, but they get separated.
Yes.
Cami's by herself, hiding from Eugene, and Wyatt walks up behind and grabs her and says, come with me. And together they run off towards an old rundown building that must be at the edge of the property.
Small shack. It is at the edge of the property because that's where the fence is.
Yeah.
It's an electrified fence.
Cami's about to, great, we can just climb the fence and get out of here, but Wyatt stops her and shows her it's electric by throwing a wooden stick against it, which I don't think would spark.
It wouldn't.
Because it's wood.
Yeah, it wouldn't spark.
But it does in this movie. And then Wyatt unwraps her bandaged hand to show a burn mark where she must have grabbed the fence from trying it out herself.
Yes.
So
they walk into this small shack, of course.
Because the power goes inside there.
Yeah. So they're looking to see how they can cut the power.
Yeah.
They don't discover anything, but the boys have followed them there. Dan, Toby, and Chris enter the cabin, and they think it's going to be a sex party.
Let's go. Chris is all like, I was hoping for a threesome, but I'll take 4. 5? Okay.
Toby's like, I'm down. So again, these kids are like trisexuals.
My
try
man.
anything. Yeah. Like they're, who cares? Sexuality is fluid. Cami again pleads her story about the killer.
Oh yeah, Rob's dead, and this guy in a devil mask killer. And of course, Toby's like, a masked killer? Really? This isn't some 80s slasher.
Yeah, what it comes out of the scene though, Andy, a plan is hatched. They're like, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. But as they're, the plan is hatched, Tawny discovers them.
Pops in. They were gonna distract during supper time. During dinner time, distract Tawny and Eugene somehow and go find their phones. That was the plan. But yeah, Tawny pops in and they're all in big trouble.
Big trouble. Especially, Andy, especially Cami.
Yeah. They go back to the grotto, the yoga grotto or whatever. She lines them all up, explaining that this is a special place for reflection and forgiveness. And Tawny questions the group. What were you doing there? How did you get there? What was the plan? And she actually starts to torture Wyatt a little bit, pushing on her hand injury to the point where Cami finally says, all right, fine.
Yeah.
I found the cabin. I invited everyone there.
She takes the fall.
My plan was to fornicate. It was all me.
And so the punishment that Tawny presents her with is an old, I read that it's an old, Catholic nun.
Yeah.
Take your pants off and sit on these pebbles, sit on these rocks, kneel down
on these rocks.
These pebbles and rocks, and sit there until I come back and get you.
Pretty rough. Eugene's not really into it, but Tawny's like, no, Eugene, take her pants off.
Yeah,
so to start, it's already demoralizing, degrading.
And
they forcibly take off Cami's pants in front of everyone else. She has underwear on, and they make her kneel down on these rocks.
Yeah.
So it's torture, it's assault, it's degrading, and so it's spiritually and physically bad.
But people say it's all for the good of the Lord.
Oh yeah,
a mythical creature that lives, I guess, in the sky.
She makes Cami kneel on some rocks, just as Jesus' disciples did.
Later that night, the others are forced to clean the chapel.
Yeah.
Eugene is watching, but I gotta use the restroom. You guys look good. Head back to your dorms. Finish up. Mm-hmm. And everyone does this except Toby.
Yeah, that's right. They're all kind of like, all right, we're going to go. But Toby's like, nah, I'm going to stay here a minute.
He heads up.
He goes into the confessional.
Yeah.
Where he's stashed a porno mag.
Yeah.
What was it called? Asses or something?
Yeah, like Big Ass or
Ass Attack.
Yeah, Ass Attack. Something like that. But what do you think he's going to do with this magazine, Andy?
I think he's going to pleasure himself.
Yes.
To orgasm in the confessional.
In the confessional.
Here's what I liked about this. He finishes, and he does hold his hand up.
Oh, yes!
And it looks like he's got a whole bunch of white snot on his hand.
I did, because at first when I was like, oh, yeah, where's the spooge?
It's right there.
Yeah, and when he holds his hand, there it is. And Jody she went, because I wasn't expecting
to see it.
Oh, my God.
It's a real something about Mary moment there.
Yeah, I'd love to go into the effects and go, okay, tell me how little cock, pun intended.
Maybe he actually did it.
It's really, good for him.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
Maybe he's been holding it for a week or so.
Maybe.
Well, he wipes it on the curtains, and he hears a noise. He hears someone come into the chapel, and he's like, Chris, is that you? Here's what I liked. He looks out of the confessional curtain. He leans out. He leans up, looks out towards, we get POV of him looking around. You see those flags that were above the altar hanging from the flagpoles on either side. No one's there. He was begging. He's quiet. We hear footsteps, and we hear like a metallic noise, like a sword getting drawn.
Very popular sound in our movies.
He looks out again. Those flags are gone. You notice that?
Yeah.
Those 2 flags are gone. And suddenly one of those flagpoles comes through the confessional from the other side.
Guts him in the stomach.
Into his torso.
And, of course, he's sitting there in pain. He looks through, with that typical of the confession booth. You're able to kind of see, bits of the face. But we definitely know it's the devil killer.
Yep.
And he takes the last flagpole that he grabbed. And I like this kill, too, and guts it through his mouth.
Shoves it through his mouth.
And as blood... Parade, I think that was the name of the movie.
There you go. The magazine.
Yeah. Blood comes out, but not just blood. I like how they added bits and trinkets and chunks to add to the gore. So I thought that was good.
So Toby's dead.
Yes, Toby is no longer with us. We cut to Cami, still kneeling on the rocks, which I would have definitely taken a break. But
she's delirious.
She's going through hallucinations. Visions of her mother appear, and a congregation of devil masks appear. It's just a kind of a...
Her mom walks out dressed in white, starts bleeding from the wrists. That's when you kind of get the idea, her mom cut her wrists.
Yep.
Her, quote, mom kneels down in front of her and embraces Cami as Cami starts to apologize. And as she kind of comes out of it, it's actually Tawny hugging her.
Believes that she is cured of her devilish thoughts.
Correct. We get a little thunder and lightning, and we come upon Chris, our boy Chris, sneaking around the locker room.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cool shot, the thunder and lightning, which again, not Southern California. The lightning comes up, the devil is hiding, amongst him.
In the hallway.
Yeah. But he's going to meet Allie, to get their groove on, if you say.
Fooling around.
But... she wants him to perform cunnilingus. It's her turn. She's ready to get hers.
This movie's all about the female O.
Yeah, so she does.
She wants to get it.
Chris is able,
like Cami wanted to get it.
Yep. Chris is able to do his duties well. She experiences a big orgasm, and hopefully it's his turn. I love how he says, "Hey, do you want to?" Now is
toss my salad.
Toss my salad. He wants his ass eaten. Chris is a little freak. I love it.
Yeah, but she's like, nah, deuces.
Yeah, I'm out. So she dips out.
Yep.
And, he hangs around because he gets this idea, Andy, hey, I'm going to sniff some panties. So he goes on the locker. There's some panties in there. Takes a big whiff. And this is when the killer appears. I'm not going to bore everyone with the details.
A little bit of a chase.
A little bit of a chase. He's able to kind of finagle his way, away from the killer. But when it comes down to it, Andy, the killer finally catches up to him.
Yeah.
Able to kind of knock him out.
I think cuts his Achilles.
Yeah, cuts his Achilles tendon, which of course drops him.
Yep.
He's laying on his back, withering in pain, and right away, I knew this was going to be bad because the killer goes and grabs a 50-pound dumbbell.
Awesome.
Free weight, and stands over Chris and violently just thrusts this weight into Chris's head, and that is my dick kill.
Dick kill.
Shot
of
the week.
Kill of the week. Dick shot. Kill of the week.
Dick shot kills the week. Here's why, Andy. I had no idea the head held so much blood. They picked up that dumbbell like 3 times, and it was like gallons. So I kind of thought that was a cool nod, like an Adam Green thing, if you will. But
over gory.
Over gory. Yeah. So I respected that. So that is why it's mine. Dick shit, whatever. You know what
And unlike other kills, the killer did not clean this up.
No.
Left him there.
Yeah. So
next morning.
That's foreshadowing, I guess.
I said next morning, wait, I thought they were going to try and escape during dinner last night, but I guess the plan fell through.
Well, other things came up.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's day 3.
Yeah.
And, of course, when she gets out of bed, Andy, her knees are all fucked up.
Cami's in pain. Wyatt's not in their room. And Cami picks up Wyatt's book, which is the cover is the Holy Bible, but it's actually a Mary Shelley book.
Lodor.
Inside Lodor, and there's a message from Cami's grandpa that says like, you are and always will be loved, Papa.
Yeah, the book Lodor it explores themes of family, power, and social expectations, particularly focusing on the lives of women in a patriarchal society.
It does.
Yep.
Thank you for looking it up, Nick. I didn't have time to do that. That's the U of SlashU.
That's the U of SlashU. Hey, but anyway, she makes her way to the breakfast nook.
Well, yeah, I mean, she catches Dan getting ready to do some Jehovah and creeps on him a little bit, watching him, admiring him. But in her fantasy, Dan changes to Wyatt.
Woohoo!
So Cami's having some feelings and questioning, and maybe I'm actually attracted to Wyatt. And wow, okay, interesting. But while she's fantasizing, of course, Eugene comes in to talk to Dan, and she snaps out of it and says, all right, I better get out of here. And she ends up walking into the weight room there where she discovers Chris's dead, smashed head and body and screams.
My small opinion still has a lot of face left after what we saw what he did. I mean, you still got to know, like, eyeballs sticking out, like, you know, but I mean,
50 pounds.
I feel like it would be mush.
It would be smashed a little more. Yeah, it didn't seem like it caved in the skull
because
very
it
much.
wasn't just one hit. It was
three,
like
at
three,
least.
yeah, at least three.
So, yeah.
What we're learning here now is that everyone knows that there's a killer loose because Chris wasn't hidden, and the girls sit around with Dan and they kind of start blaming each other.
So they're all sitting around trying to figure out what happened. It turns out Allie slept with all the boys who are dead.
Yep.
Mia even says, your sloppy seconds told me that you banged all of them.
Go Allie.
And they're like, maybe Tawny is the puppet master and Eugene's the puppet. Eugene doing the killing, you know, because it's got to be a guy doing all this killing.
Agreed.
So they turn slowly and look at Dan, and he's, of course, is like, hey, I resent that. And that's where I was like, Dan's totally gay, right? Like, he's just his mannerisms and kind of the way he talks. But I don't know, maybe he's leans both ways. I don't know.
Yeah, kids are fluid, so kids just do everything nowadays. But Eugene and Tawny ultimately blame it on an accident.
It was an accident.
An accident.
Anybody with any brain cells is like, oh, yeah, he fell over and dropped a weight on his face.
But also, where's Rob?
Great question.
Oh, he left. We let him go anyway.
Where's Toby?
Yeah, the parents...
They didn't really ask where Toby was, did they?
No, they didn't.
We found a whole bunch of semen in the confessional and 2 flagpoles that were stuffed through full of blood. You know?
and a porn magazine covered in blood.
Covered in blood. Yeah. So anyway,
the parents are on their way.
Yeah.
We have protocols set here. Jody noticed that when Eugene's talking, that he says something about like, you guys can't leave because they're like, why can't we leave? The door's right here. He's like, we have, she hits him like, we have protocols set in place. So they're going to have dinner and they're going to pray and they're going to wait for tomorrow for when the parents get there.
Allie starts to cry and she hugs Tawny and says, I need to talk privately. So she kind of makes sends a look to Cami like the plan starts now. And Cami catches on like, oh, got it. No problem. And as Tawny and Allie leave the room, Cami claims over to Eugene, like, I'm getting emotional too. Can we go talk? Which leaves Mia, Bree, and Dan, and Wyatt to try to form a plan.
Together.
So Eugene is over. I love this part.
Yes.
He goes in the office with Cami and says, leave the door open a crack to let the Lord in. You remember, because Eugene doesn't want to be alone with a girl unless he's a father or husband.
Throughout this movie, you're like, is he going to start hitting on the girls? He's actually kind of a good soul.
I don't condone what happened in the grotto, meaning the kneeling on the rocks. Yeah. He says, my sister's had a hard life. We both have. He claims, I don't believe in hate and people who use the Bible to their own agendas. God loves everyone. And he says, you're all good kids. You're just trying to figure it out. And I'm like, that's the right point of view.
Yeah.
That is correct.
He's just controlled by his sister.
Exactly.
This is when I know that they're brother and sister. Because, he's like, I'm controlled by her and she's been my sister. And so
he even said, you're all just good kids trying to figure it out. I'm in the same boat myself.
Yeah.
Because I've been fucking my sister.
Yes. Well, you gave it away.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Suddenly a scream.
Yes.
Bree is acting like she has lost her mind and she has a knife against Wyatt's neck.
Yep.
This is when Cami, because Eugene's caught in all the commotion, this is when Cami's able to grab the keys to the cabin.
Of Eugene's belt.
Yeah. And so this is when her and Dan sneak out from the cabin. And it's kind of funny because Eugene's watching them kind of run away, but Bree's like, yo, focus over here. I'm the one with the knife to Wyatt's neck. So
right. So that's how they distract Eugene.
Dan and Cami are able to make it to the cabin.
They get to Eugene and Tawny's cabin.
Yep.
And they find their phones burned up in a wood stove.
Yes.
And
that's bummed out because that was a lot of memories for.
Yeah.
Maybe they're on the cloud. I don't know.
Maybe they're in the cloud.
Obviously, she's very bummed.
Pretty upset.
Yeah.
Crushed over the loss of the pictures of her mom. But then they hear voices. I think you hear Tawny saying, like, you find him and kill him. They're probably fornicating right now. And they hide behind some, like, it's like a bearskin rug that's been hung up.
Yeah.
They hide behind that, between that and the wall. And Tawny and Eugene storm in. Tawny is on a rampage. Eugene is like, hey, you think the kids know that they're in danger? And Tawny's like, no, let's let them, I don't know, let's just buy some time. And they walk away and you see Cami go like, did they leave? and then all of a sudden they come stumbling back into the scene, embraced, naked, going at it.
Fucking against the, he's
against the bearskin rug.
About the skin rug, like Dan's kind of helping hold him up.
So like all that separates Cami and Dan from being discovered is this bearskin rug.
Yeah.
And Tawny and Eugene are going at it against it.
If I'm going at it, I'm not really focusing on what's around me. That's why I can totally believe that trope.
Yeah, even Eugene is like, is this the best time for this? And she says, stop talking and we'll finish faster. And she's reciting some Bible verse about she's not my sister, she's my wife, or something like that.
Cami and Dan make it back to the gang.
Cami almost pukes, obviously.
Well, of course.
It's brother and sister going at it.
Genesis says it's cool.
Okay.
And finally, the counselors, Tawny and Eugene, appear, and they're having a supper. They're going to have a dinner together.
They can't prove that Cami and Dan were up to anything fishy, so they have no choice but to just go have dinner.
Yeah, I mean, what else are they going to do?
Exactly.
I mean, go along with it. So they have a supper. Tawny kind of goes off on them, and this is right away I notice as Tawny is bitching and yelling at all them, calling them useless.
Whores, homosexuals, and Jezebels.
Exactly.
Bree is eating.
You've angered God. Yet you've angered God. None of you are proving yourself worthy.
Yeah.
And this is kind of when I knew that that everyone was going to die.
Yeah.
Because the soups are on in front of them. Bree is the only one eating it.
Yeah.
No one else is.
I thought we were going to get some cannibalism.
Ooh.
Like, I really thought that the food they were about to eat was going to be one of the dead kids.
I could see a finger floating in the...
I'd be like, this movie has everything then.
Yeah.
Incest, awesome violent kills, no boobs, unfortunately.
Dude butt.
But dude butt.
Yeah.
And cannibalism, but it wasn't that.
Thank God those...
Poison.
Poison, yeah. No one else eats it because, I guess Tawny was thinking, I'm going to kill them all.
Yep.
Bree falls over and her tongue, is that what she coughs up?
She ends up spitting out her own tongue.
Yeah, and she dies.
She's dead. And of course, Cami has had enough.
Yes.
And she ends up attacking Tawny. Allie is pissed too. Her and Mia end up knocking out Eugene, and Cami shoves Tawny through like a doorway. It sends her falling, and she's knocked out as well.
And this is when Cami, Wyatt, Mia, and Allie can run off.
And Dan.
Yeah, sorry, I just had the girls up. The five of them. Dan, of course, is the only guy left.
Yep.
They run to the front gate, but it's locked, and everything is electrified.
Well, no, it's not. Allie's like, I thought you said this was electrified. And Cami's like, shut up, who cares?
But the door's locked. I mean, I think it's still speared. So
they try Eugene's keys. They can't get out.
Here come the devil mask.
Suddenly, the devil steps out of the woods with one of them incense burners on a chain that they use in church. Only this one's got blades sticking out the side of it. And they don't see the devil doing that, but the devil killer's got this and starts swinging it around. And at first, Mia is like, do you smell something?
Yeah.
It's the incense. But then they hear the while this devil's whipping this thing around, and they're all like, what is that noise? And Mia's just like, what the fuck is that? And the devil lets go. And this incense ball, jams right into the side of Mia's head. She's dead. And that is my dick kill shot of the week. Dick kill shot of the week.
Dick shot, kill of the week.
Dick shot, kill of the week. Just a big thunk.
Yeah.
And everybody screams and splits. Wyatt and Cami run off together. Dan runs off and Allie runs off. And as Wyatt and Cami stop to regroup, Dan is calling out. And Wyatt says, don't trust him. He's close with Eugene. All the other boys are dead. We can't trust him. And he comes up and he's, of course, like, we gotta. Where's that cabin? That shack that you guys found? There's got to be a way out over there. And Wyatt's like, I don't recognize where we are. We must have run in the wrong direction. We got to double back and try to hide.
But the first thing the girls say, Wyatt and Cami, where's Allie?
Where's Allie?
What'd you do with her? And so he's like, please.
So it's that choice.
Yeah, does
she pick Dan? Does she pick it? Allie or Wyatt?
Because he's holding his hand out, but it's that trope too, because you're like, is he the kill? But right away, thunk. He's gutted too through the stomach.
And as Cami reaches out to Dan, as he falls backwards, we get a moment where their fingers almost touch, just like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
Which I thought was really cool. I would love to post like a side-by-side of those fingers touching and a close-up of the Sistine Chapel picture. And so Dan's dead. So now they're, all panicked and stuff, and they take off running again. They get to the Cami and Wyatt get to that rundown cabin where they're trying to figure out where the power's coming from, and they're panicked. They're all panicked and stuff. Why do they want us dead? And Cammy's like, because they're afraid of us, because we won't fall in line. And Cami tells the story of how her dad looked to the church after her mom died and blah, blah, blah. And that's how she wanted. They end up falling in love and having sex right there.
Okay, I'm going to stop. We're at
This is a little unbelievable.
We're going to probably be 10 minutes over. I know we're at that mark, and we're fine. Just hang with us because we're almost done. I have a question. Their friends are died. They've seen multiple bloody shit. They're horrible. I never understand this in movies because I really try to put myself in that perspective. Like, and I know it's a movie and we're gonna have to do things differently. But the last thing I would think about is like, I don't think my pee-pee could get hard because I'd be so freaked out about everything that I saw. But they're
That's what's
able.
weird.
Yeah, they're able to. It's like that. The ending of the movie when like thousands of people are dead. You ready for pancakes? You know,
Right.
it's like I'm not gonna vibe on this. But like Andy said, she's able to experience her first orgasm.
Right. They end up making out, and Wyatt basically kind of goes down on Cami a little bit.
Finger bangs her.
And
But
Cami,
she's able to completion.
Cami loves it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as they kind of put their shirts back on, and the devil busts in. And in the struggle, Cami falls down a hidden stairway and gets separated from Wyatt. She discovers in this hidden room some videotapes of all the parents giving consent to the camp to do whatever is necessary.
Bree's mom,
to cure their kids.
Rob's father. We also see maps up on the wall too, which Jody caught right away. You know, she's good at stuff like that. Where she was like, "Oh, it's the other camps."
Yeah.
They have other camps, so it's not just their camp. There's other
camps.
Anti-sex camps.
Sodom, Gomorrah.
There you go.
Babylon.
And
the monitors of the security cameras are labeled as such.
Cami makes her way back upstairs and into the garden.
She also saw a video of her own father.
Oh yeah.
Which is
But I mean,
sad.
we knew that her father was giving consent.
And we see on the video camera Allie getting chased by a devil.
Yeah, and
she discovers a big unlock lever to let herself out and finds a knife. So
she makes her way into the
that
garden.
trope of the final girl getting all geared up for combat.
Let's go. You know what I mean? Like she's ready to go. So she goes to the garden. I think this is a pretty cool setup. All the dead people that have been killed are the dead kids are laid out in the pews.
In robes.
Adorned with devil masks and robes.
Yeah.
But, Andy, in the front pew, in the first pew, there are still a few people alive.
And those that are alive are nailed. Their hands are nailed down to the pew, so they can't get up.
Like the sign of the cross, the sign of Jesus. Their hands are nailed down, like Andy said. It's Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene's nailed down.
Yeah. Why? Allie.
I don't know. Allie.
She's like,
sense.
don't trust Eugene. He's one of them.
Yep.
And then the next killer.
Her dad.
Her dad. Well, not the killer next devil. It's her dad under that devil mask.
Yeah, he's not nailed down.
I know, because he gets up and smacks Cami in the face.
Smacks Cami, and she falls down. I was like, what?
Yes, me too.
He says, I don't want you to wind up in hell with your mother. I think that's a Catholic belief. If you commit suicide, you end up going to hell.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of religions, to be honest with you.
Well, sure, but I know it's a Catholic thing, and that's the version of Christianity in this movie. And another couple of devils stand up as well. One of them is Tawny, and another one stays masked. Who is it? That guy picks up the knife, and Eugene says, we were supposed to help the kids, not kill them. You two are abominations. Or the one devil says, you two are the abominations, and he slits Tawny's throat as she sort of just stands there and takes it. Like, she must know I'm a sinner.
We don't know who this devil is
No,
yet.
this devil grabs Cami, and in the struggle, I think, is that when they bump against the sign?
Yeah.
And all the lights in the sign sort of go off, so it says "eat shit."
Yeah.
instead of breathe.
That breathe sign we talked about earlier. Now it says "eat shit."
And she pulls off his mask, and it's Father Tim.
Holy shit! It's Father Tim, the one that from the church
that started it all.
And
Nick, I got to tell you, I called it.
Oh.
My first watch through this movie, at the beginning of the movie, when Father Tim pulled out the pamphlet and said, there's this retreat we can send her to, I was like, he's the killer. I knew it.
Ooh, that's good.
I fucking knew it.
Jody and I kept guessing a little bit.
Yeah.
But it took us I'm not going to speak for her, but I kind of started thinking like, is this a multiple thing? Where it's not just one killer. So
there are more than one killer, but in this case, it's Father Tim, and he gives Cami's dad the knife.
Yep.
You got to kill her. You got to set her free. You got to save her soul. And it's a pivotal moment where Cami's dad ends up stabbing himself because he finally realizes he must have let down his little girl, and this has gotten way out of hand.
Cami's lost both parents now, which her dad her dad was in a bad place. Maybe it was for the best. But Eugene is also able to set free. And I'm thinking, is he gonna do something drastic? He runs to his sister, even though she treated him like shit. I mean, and he was an older brother too, which I thought was interesting.
He ends up crying.
Nothing he can do to save the sister that he loved. And this is where it's just Father Tim and Cami.
Yeah.
Battling it out. And he's, that classic, I'm going to hold you over my head by my hands, choking her out.
Yeah.
Here comes Wyatt to the rescue and stabs him in the back.
Wyatt runs up, stabs him in the back with a knife. Not good enough. Father Tim pulls the knife out of his back, and he tells him, you'll burn in hellfire, all of you. Eternal hellfire. But Cami picked up like a bowl of ash or something, and she goes, did someone say hellfire? And throws it on him. And his robe must have been super flammable because he just goes up.
They soak him in gasoline before their rituals.
And Father Tim burns to death and plops down on the ground. So Wyatt and Cami embrace. And then, Nick, we flash to the beginning of the movie.
I love this.
All the way back to the beginning of the movie where that girl who just had sex with Kevin in the tent is running away from a devil.
Yeah, and right before she is stabbed, hey!
And this devil guy looks up and goes, who are you? And it's Cami. And it's Cami, Eugene, Allie, and Wyatt. And she goes, we're the whores of Babylon. Roll credits.
Roll credits. I thought that was a cool ending.
So are we going to count that other devil guy? You assume they kill him?
No.
And who is that? Is that girl's father?
Could be. Could be maybe she goes to a different church. It could be the father of that. I mean, it wasn't just one during the Catholic Church scandal. It wasn't just one priest that
wasn't
that did, that
I know.
So on a scale of 4 dude butts to 8 dude butts,
it's tricky because the dude butts in this movie are good looking. 4 to 8. This is a solid 7.
I give it a 6.
Yeah. Why?
I know I'm usually a little bit more. I'm more the Simon Cowell. I just think they had some hits and misses, like a little bit more of a backstory. I don't think there was a lot of things they explained that really didn't have to come back.
Sure.
To make any sense, to me. For instance, a story like of the zebra muscles.
They didn't really address what happened 20 years ago.
I think this is great. I definitely recommend watching it.
I do
go
too.
Check it out. It's a Tubi original, Killer Body Count. Hey, speaking of killer body count, why don't we get into the Andy's kill count?
The kill count.
Brought to you by my balls in your mouth.
Ooh. Well, we had Kevin, the guy at the beginning of the movie, who rolled over and didn't give the girl an orgasm. He got killed. I thought that other girl was going to get killed, but she didn't. We came back to her at the end of the movie. Followed by Rob, who was slashed from chin to groin and his guts just spilled out. Toby, jacking off in the confessional. Things that have never been said out loud in the history of the world. Chris, which is your dick shot kill of the week. His head was smashed by a weight. Bree, poisoned. And then Mia, killed by the incense burner thing. That's my dick shot kill of the week. Dan, who was, reaching, come with me, and stabbed with a flagpole or something.
Yes.
Tawny, the Father Tim slashed her throat. Cammy's dad took his own life. And Father Tim himself, who got burned to death.
Yeah.
That's
10. That's a good kill count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
That is a good kill count.
Not bad.
Again, we're still good on time.
Yeah.
A couple things I want to bring up.
Please.
Shark Week's coming up.
Yeah.
We decided to do a couple, Shark Week's happening, I think, around now. But of course, Andy and I have so much fun doing those
summer camp stuff.
Summer camp stuff. But we also have fun doing shark movies.
We do. And there's so many shitty shark movies.
We're gonna have fun with that. So I wanted to bring that up before we get into next week's showing.
Yep. Keep in mind, all of the movies we're watching through the end of July are posted at slashupodcast.com on the news and events page.
And they have a reoccurring theme.
Yeah, and I'm going to, maybe I'll just do a social media post that has the calendar, the remaining movies for the month.
You've been killing it on social media, by the way.
Thank you.
They've been really fun. I always get a good laugh out of. But for next week, from 2022, another little long one, 1 hour, 41 minutes.
She came from the woods.
She comes from the woods.
Oh.
She comes in the woods.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. She came from the woods.
She came in the woods. No, she came from the woods. 2022. In 1987, a group of counselors accidentally unleash a decades-old evil on the last night of summer camp.
Yay!
Tubi, Amazon Prime. Check it out. Amazon Prime has it from $3.
I'm looking forward to this. It's an Eric Bloomquist joint.
Okay. I like.
You know what he did? A movie that we watched that we enjoyed. Sorry to interrupt. It's Founders Day.
Oh yeah.
Joni and I watched that, and that's another kind of fun movie as well.
We covered Founders Day.
So I'm really looking forward to this one because I enjoy. We did do Founders Day, didn't we?
Yeah. That was back in February. We were trying to find something for like President's Day.
That's right. Yeah. I thought this was one that I just watched by myself. Andy, we've done so many, out of the 300. Yes, but that was right.
What I was going to say about She Came from the Woods, it's, shot and made in 2022, set in 1987. Yes. I kind of dig that stuff.
I do too.
Because they do the homage stuff to those old-timey movies with better effects.
I love it too.
So that'll be for next time.
Yeah.
As always, you're welcome to follow us on Instagram, /U_podcast, or Facebook as well, /U podcast. Email the show, /UPodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, email us.
You can check out the Facebook or the website as well, /UPodcast.com.
Yeah, why don't you?
There's links there on the website that'll take you to Amazon. If you click and buy something, it helps out the show at no extra cost to you. You're gonna buy something anyway. It's Amazon Prime Days right now, so go check it out. But thanks.
This has been a fun episode. It's a little over, but I really had a good time.
It was a longer movie, And
well, that's true. And we only went like 10 minutes over.
No big deal.
And we're really hot.
Until next time, class dismissed.
Bye.